Okay, so I just finished the Japanese placement test for taking Japanese classes at Kyoto University, and I just want to talk about some things while it's fresh in my mind. So the test is really long. You're given 80 minutes. There's a lot of portions that I can't remember. I can't tell you what the subjects are. I think it's written out in the outline in the email, so I could show it to you or like list it on the side or something. And so there are all those sections. And this is the best I've ever done, which is exciting. I mean, as I should, because I should be at the highest level of Japanese I ever have been. Only moving forward, never backwards. And so really exciting for me. So the test has 106 questions. Just like massive test. I've never finished this test before. And I mean, I don't think it's designed to it's not designed to be finished for normal people. Like a Japanese person could finish it, but like Japanese learners, like we are struggling. Like the reading passages are just like massive. I mean, they're not as big as like they get on the JLPT, but they're big. And then the last one is like reading a like an excerpt in like a specialist like textbook. It's just like all these words you've never heard of, and like the kanji just get too large, like ones I've never seen, and just it stops making sense, and they're using dearu form, and it doesn't make sense. So out of 106 questions, I only didn't answer 8 because I wasn't able to like get to them. Like I ran out of time. And 2 of those 8 questions had to do with the last reading passage. I told you that was like reading a like thesis. It wasn't an actual thesis, but that's how my brain felt. So it was just like, I have no idea what I'm reading. I don't know any of these words. And so that reading that passage led to 2 questions. Like there were 2 questions about the passage. So because I wasn't able to get through reading the passage, 1, because I ran out of time, and 2, I just didn't understand it. So I like halfway gave up because there was like a minute and a half left, and I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to like read and then understand like what's happening. Like it's literally impossible. And so there were 2 questions lost because I wasn't able to finish that passage. And then the very last section of the test is apparently sakubun in some way. Like, I don't know. I wasn't able to read it to figure out what they actually want you to write. But they want you to write. Like, there's writing sections somehow. Don't know how long, but writing something, like more than one character and not multiple choice. So that was really intimidating. Not like I had enough time to get to it anyways, but those 6 questions were based off of like one last passage. So there's one last reading, which I also like peeked at the first like line, and I was like, yeah, these words are still not making sense. So still not good enough to be able to finish the test quickly, to be able to finish the test as in like read Japanese fast enough, answer the questions fast enough, like have enough confidence to be able to like, you know, get through the questions quickly in order to actually finish the test in 80 minutes, but also still not good enough to like understand everything that's on the test. And I mean, I guess when I get there, that's how you know you're ready for N1, which I guess I'm not yet. I did pass N2 last year. I took the test for the first time and passed, and I wanted to take, challenge myself to N1 this year. I don't have high expectations. Like, I'm not expecting myself to pass, but I do know that it's, important to try and continue to push yourself. So even though I'm not like very confident I'll pass, I think it's a really good experience to get me to be able to pass soon, to get me where I want to be. And, taking this placement test was another confirmation. Like, I still have a lot to learn. Obviously, I didn't need a placement test from the university to tell me that I have a lot to learn. But, if you're looking for like really solid, like objective measures of progress, this is one. And so, yeah, I wasn't able to get to those last questions. And then outside of those, I feel like maybe in total on the test, there were another like 5 to 8 questions that I didn't answer just because I didn't know them. So they were like too hard. Like, I read through the material that was necessary to answer the question, and I just didn't know the answer to the question. So in total, maybe 15 questions out of 106. Incredible. Like, I remember, I'm pretty sure the first time I took this test, I probably didn't even get halfway through it. Like, I was like, reading was so slow. I was reading the directions. Like, no, this time I forego the directions, just go straight to the questions, because I've taken this test 3 or 4 times now. So I know that reading the directions is like a massive waste of time, especially because I read slow. So like so many minutes wasted on trying to decipher the directions. And like in the listening part, you don't even have to read it. They'll like read the question to you. They'll say the question to you in the audio, like the question that's written. So you don't even have to read it. Just play the audio and the question will also play. Like, time savers. You learn them after 4 years of doing the same thing over and over again. So yeah, that was a thing. What else? The thing that irritates me about this test, that's always irritated me, the first 5 questions are wasted inputting personal information. Like, that's a precious, like, 45 seconds that you will not get back in the test that could have been used to, like, reading the last sentence of that one passage, or, like, going back and checking for some missed answers, like going to the table of contents and checking for some blanks you may have left. Like, that's a 45 seconds that are precious to this test that you don't get back. Wasted on inputting my name. My name and my, what else do they want? My birthday. Like, this is stuff, the information you have. Like, why do I need to put this on test? That always irritates me. I hate that step. This time I was ready. Like, I had my little registration number, like, copied on the clipboard and just paste. Like, no more going back to the email. Like, I was really cutting down. So that was a thing. Yeah, I hate that part of the test. What else? I took some screenshots of what the test looks like before you go in, and stuff. So I will share those somewhere eventually. But, those are the main things. My, insho, sorry for insho, my insho, whatever, staying in Japanese, because I can't remember what the term is. My impressions of the test, things I remember right now that I feel like would be interesting to know. So yeah, that's all. Unfortunately, you know, I can't show you the test because I'm sure that'll somehow get me kicked out of the university. But yeah, just that's the experience. That's what it's like. Know that you have to take that test every time you skip a semester in Japanese class. Yeah, if you're not consecutively continuing to the next level of Japanese class, then when you come back to take Japanese class, you have to take this placement test. And, you know, the questions change every year, but the format is the same. It's always huge, always too long. I never finish it. So that's that. Hopefully by the time I graduate, I'll be able to finish the test. Oh, unfortunate thing, you don't get your answers. You never know what you got. It sucks. It's not for feedback. I mean, it's just for the, you know, the teachers to be able to determine, Uchida Sensei to be able to judge you, determine your fate, and place you in the, you know, class that you test into. So it's not for you to know. Unfortunately, you can't use it for practice to get better, which kind of sucks. It's like a really big wasted opportunity, but that's the way it is. So you do all this work, submit the test, and then you don't get the answers. You don't get to, you know, improve and learn from your mistakes. So that's that. Yeah, that's all. Okay, bye.